Who the f is Frank Zappa? And who the f just bleeps me? Who the f is Frank Zappa is the name of a documentary currently being crowdfunded on Kickstarter. If you don't know who Frank Zappa is, he was a guitarist, drummer, a band leader, scribe, orchestrator, a free speech activist, composer. He was a leader of the band Mothers of Invention, the greatest band you never heard in your life, among other things. The documentary is currently being put together by Alex Winter. You might remember him as Bill from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Currently on Kickstarter, it has amassed more money than any other project of its kind ever in the history of Kickstarting. It's like made all of the money ever.
Excellent!
But unfortunately, Frank Zappa's oldest children, Dweezil and Moon Unit, don't want anything to do with the documentary and don't condone its release.
Bogus.
But at least we'll get to see some never-before-seen footage. It'll be a nice tribute to Frank. He was the zombie woof of zombie woofs. He rocked all throughout the 70s without ever having once worn shiny pants. Maybe once. Frank Zappa was great because he was a self-starter. It didn't matter if he had a record contract or not, he just recorded albums anyway and went on the road with a band. And if you were in his band and complained about how rough it was on the road, his reply to you would be, would you like an aisle seat or a window seat? Your ass is flying home if you're gonna cry about being on the road. And I like that work ethic. So I've learned a lot from Frank Zappa throughout the years, being a self-starter. Myself. I mean, who else would self-start? Me. I would definitely recommend his biography, The Real Frank Zappa Book, and a starter kit if you want to listen to his music for the first time, maybe Apostrophe, Overnight Sensation, Hot Rats, Shut Up and Play Your Guitar. I like to shut up and play my guitar, so I understand that. Definitely check out Frank Zappa's music. You will not be disappointed, though you might be a little confused. That's normal. Alex Winter is currently also developing Bill and Ted 3 with Keanu Reeves. Alex Winter says that the movie is currently in pre-production. I'm looking forward to seeing that movie. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure means a lot to me. In other biopic news, Don Cheadle stars in and directs a movie called Miles Ahead about Miles Davis. It's apparently a bit of a heist movie about the time when Miles Davis tried to steal a master tape of his music back from a record label. So why didn't they just call it How Miles Got His Groove Back? Literally. You see what I did there? I went for it, and I did it anyway. The Kepler Space Telescope is in emergency mode right now. It was undergoing a maneuver to reposition itself, but last time NASA checked in with it, it went into emergency mode. And last time I was in emergency mode, I was in the middle of Manhattan, and I had to pee. It's hard to find a bathroom. Guns N' Roses played in Vegas this week, though it turned out Axl Rose broke his foot last week at the Troubadour show. So, Dave Grohl, famously of the Foo Fighters and previously of Nirvana, graciously lent Axl Rose the throne that he sat upon. You may remember last year Dave Grohl fell off a stage in Sweden and broke his leg, and then continued to rock while seated for the rest of that tour, because Dave Grohl lives by the rule of rock and roll, and I respect that. Dave Grohl and Axl Rose have not always been on the best of terms. Back in the day, Nirvana and Guns N' Roses were playing a show on MTV. When Dave Grohl went to approach Axl Rose backstage, Axl Rose was rude to him, to say the least, and didn't know who Dave Grohl was or what band he was in. After Nirvana played their song, Dave Grohl ran up to the mic and did this.
Hi, Axl! Where's Axl? Hi, Axl! Hi, Axl! Hi, Axl!
He was like, hey, this is who I am. It appears they have mended fences since. And if you get the chance, check out Dave Grohl's documentary on HBO called Sonic Highways. Very cool documentary. At the box office, Batman vs. Superman was beat out by Melissa McCarthy. She beat them both into a pulp in the movie The Boss, which has a whopping 18% on Rotten Tomatoes. So now we know the worst time of the year to see movies. But hopefully Captain America Civil War will pick up the slack. Critics have seen Captain America Civil War already and approve of it. Speaking of The Boss, Bruce Springsteen canceled a show this week in Greensboro, North Carolina, because of legislation that is being put forward that will limit the civil rights of transgendered people. If this legislation moves forward, they will make it legal to discriminate against our fellow citizens who happen to be LGBT. Just remember, the United States is not equal rights for some. It's equal rights for all. That's how we live. That's our thing. That's like what we do. If you're a citizen, you get the same rights as the next citizen. It's not like I'm allowed to eat frozen yogurt, but you're not allowed to eat frozen yogurt. Everyone can eat frozen yogurt, okay? You gotta put the toppings on it though. I put a lot of candy on my frozen yogurt. It's really just a medium for candy, or a substrate, if you will. I pay like $6 for half a Heath bar. When I leave a frozen yogurt store, I go, thanks for the candy. So that's news to me. How about you? What did you find interesting this week? Let me know in the comments below and we'll talk about it. I actually respond to every comment. I'd really like to thank all of you folks who subscribed to my channel this week. It really means a lot to me. Thank you for your support. It was the official launch, and I think we're off to a great start. I think this is the beginning of a beautiful channel. Remember to like every video, and you can always click one of those cards that pop up, the little eye, if you want to check out some of my other videos. And remember to click my face at the end of this video if you want to find out how you can help uphold civil rights in the United States. You can give me a high 5 in any permutation you like. You can give me a high 3 and then a high 2 in 5 factorial fashion. I'm Aristotle Full Throttle, and I'll see you later. Thanks for the candy. You got Donnie Yen kicking the crap out of some stormtroopers. It's nice to see. You got Forrest Whitaker walking through some kind of